On this episode, we get our first female dating coach on the show. Okay, it's episode 5 of the On-Call Wingman show, and today we have Iona on the show. She's from 30 Ever After. Today we're going to talk about mental state and its importance when talking to the opposite sex or anyone you might be interested in, male or female. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I founded 30 Ever After. It's a website for 30-something single women, late 20s as well. And I started it off the back of a breakup when I was 31. I became suddenly single.
Yeah.
Came out of a 2-year relationship. Didn't know how to date. All of a sudden, all these dating apps came to the scene, and I didn't know how to use them. And I started blogging as a creative outlet, and I found that all these other women had the same struggles as I did. So at first, it was kind of like the blind leading the blind, but then I got to train myself as a coach, and now for a couple of years now, I've been helping women find and attract their ideal relationship.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent that you fell into it. That's pretty awesome. You know, I think so. How long did you say the blog was going for?
I've been blogging since 2013.
Wow. So
Yeah.
it just shows things don't happen overnight. You have to, it's a labor of love, so to
Yes,
speak.
I love it.
Yes, love it. That's good. It's good to see that passion. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Look, anxiety is a big thing when it comes to interaction for both male and females, especially that first initial contact. It's big. It's the anxiety around it really chokes a lot of us up. How do you deal with that and with your clients? Like, how do you approach that?
Yeah, I reckon how you deal with your anxiety really decides if you make or break a date. Really. So I've got 3 techniques that I usually take my clients through. So one is to set the intention. So I think a lot of people put a lot of pressure on a first date, thinking that they really want that one to be the one. But if you just set the intention to have a good time, then you kind of just leave. You take the pressure away, and I think that's the most important part.
100%. Yeah, like with some of the guys that we teach, especially with guys who are finding it hard to approach, like a lot harder than usual, we actually take any intent at all and just get them to ask for directions and just to start the conversation with no end game, just to get, pretty much the engine warming up.
Yeah, so good. That way, that's actually a really good tip, because then you don't really get rejected. It's not like you're straight up asking them.
That's right. So it's just, putting your toe in the water before jumping in head first. And I think that gets guys back up to speed, and just really taking the fear, well, not fear, but anxiety away from them, So
yeah, I love that. Love that.
Yeah.
The second tip I've got is to create a pre-date toolbox. So it's really important just before the date for you to lift your energy up. Maybe you had a really bad day at work and you go in moody. You don't want to go into a date moody. That's not showing the best version of yourself. So I always suggest having a pre-date toolbox of all the things that make you happy. So maybe it's, you taking a bath or putting on your favorite song, a favorite playlist, anything that just pumps you up to get you in a good mood. Because when you're in a good mood, your date will feel it. 100%.
And we do the exact same thing. We don't use the same terminology, but we talk about mindset. Now, a lot of the guys that we coach are professionals that might not have a lot of social interaction during the day, and we say you have to come warmed up before you meet us. So whether, as you said, putting that song on that totally puts you on the next level. For me, it's Earth, Wind and Fire. September, I think is that the song? That's my big one for me. And whatever that shirt is, however you want to put your hair, just whatever that process is to get you in a heightened emotional state and super hyper social.
Yeah. I think it's really important. You've got to feel good before you even go into the day.
Yeah, because you're going to project that. And I think more so women than men, I think women pick up on it much more. So if a man's a bit grumpy, I think women are much more receptive to that.
Yeah.
100%.
And if you're meeting a girl for the first time, they're not going to know you had a bad day. They're just going to assume that you're
just
grumpy.
A grumpy person. Yeah.
That's not good.
Who is this surly man? No, 100%. So what works the best for you guys? Look, we deal with mental state in a few levels. Like when we're first coaching the guys and getting them to approach, and just get used to talking to women on a level that they have never done before. They sometimes have dips, you know, and I as a coach cannot always be there, you know, and they might not always have wingmen to help them out, and so they're going to have those dips when they're probably been knocked back 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 or 5, who knows. How do you, I don't know, is there a female perspective on that where, you know, your night's going crap and you can just try and grab yourself and pull yourself up from the scruff of the neck? Is there anything like that you guys do?
What do you mean, like if you're on a date and it all of a sudden gets really dull?
Maybe it's not on the date, you're just out with the girls and your other girlfriend's getting attention and you're not getting that attention, you know? How do you then go, well, I'm going to be social, I'm going to get myself involved in these conversations?
I think, again, it's just to take the pressure off trying to meet somebody and just to have fun regardless of who you're chatting to. I mean, if your girlfriends are chatting with other guys, then you can make another friend or be friends with the bartender or get in on the conversation.
Get involved, right.
I think it's not the events that happen, but it's how you react to them.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Look, I'm just going to quickly ask, there's a lot of guys that hate approaching women that have other men around them. They hate it. Like, I see it as an opportunity for different reasons, but I think what's just a really quick thing you can tell guys during that time? Because the thing is, a lot of girls have male friends, you know, but the first thing that we do as men is go create the excuse as to why we shouldn't go over there. So what sort of advice would you give me in there?
Well, it's a funny thing because I always tell women that if you want a guy to approach you, you have to be really obvious.
Yes.
Like, give him the clues because guys won't pick it up.
Yeah.
And to make eye contact, body language, and I think guys should do the same. So, you know, it's reciprocal.
Yeah, a lot of eye contact. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's really, I know it can be really intimidating for guys to approach a woman, but those cues help, and then you've got the back and forth.
Yeah, that's right. Just be open to it. You know, just be aware, pay attention, I think is a big thing as well. That's good, because obviously you want to stack the odds in your favor as a man, you know, so you need to be looking out for those things.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. It's tough for you guys, I know.
Excellent. Okay, so I think we covered all the questions that we wanted to today. There's one more question, though. You get to ask the viewers, you know, anything you want to hear from them. So, any question you want to hear from the guys watching, what would that be? Like, we had one last weekend that was, what's the worst pickup line you've ever used or open line you've ever used? What would be yours?
Oh, this is a really good one.
Yeah.
I wish you had told me about it so I can actually prepare. I have so many. I guess it'd be like, what are guys thinking at the end of the date when they have to say goodbye?
Right. Okay.
Are they like trying to go for the kiss or like trying to ask for a next date? Like, what's going through your mind?
Yeah, no, I like that one. I like it. So what's going through your mind at the end of a date?
Yes.
Yeah? What? Yeah, because that's an anxiety time as well.
Tell me.
Yeah, it's anxiety time as well. Okay, great. So look, you know all the links that I have usually at the bottom there, the Insta, the Facebook, the Snapchat. I'm on Twitter as well. Yes, it's quite archaic, but we use it here sometimes in Australia. Also, our line is up and has been now for a couple of weeks. For those people who are interstate or international, that is a Skype line, so I do coaching via that channel as well. So by all means, I might even flash it up here a few times. And, you know, that's about it. So look, tune in next week. I don't think it's going to be as good as this one, but I hope so anyway.
Maybe I'll come back.
Maybe then we get some repeat appearances. That'd be great. And so just ask me any questions you want. You know, I'm here. I'm your on-call wingman. So, talk to you later.
See ya.